We hear that word all the time, right? Potential. But what does it even mean? Today, we're going to get into it. We're going to explore how to stop just having potential and actually start using it, turning that fuzzy idea into real, tangible power in your life. Think about it. You've felt it, haven't you? That little whisper inside, that quiet sense that you're capable of, well, more. That's not just you daydreaming. Our source material tells us that's a real, untapped force, and it's already inside of you, just waiting for you to turn the key. But here's the catch, and this is absolutely crucial. Having that potential, that's not the finish line. It's not even close. It's just the starting block. It's kind of like being handed a map to a hidden treasure. The map is incredible, but it's totally useless until you actually decide to get up and start the journey. Okay, so that's the big question, isn't it? How do we actually make that leap? Well, it's not some giant single jump. It's a series of really deliberate steps. It's a whole process that starts with understanding what we're made of and then moves to breaking down everything that holds us back. So let's start at the beginning. First things first, we have to understand the raw material we're working with here. I mean, you can't build a house without knowing what's in your toolbox, right? So let's redefine potential, not as some vague, fluffy idea, but as something real, something tangible, something alive. So potential isn't just a list of skills you might learn someday. No, it's the actual blueprint for the person you are capable of becoming. It's the raw material for your own destiny. And the beautiful and kind of terrifying truth is that you are the one holding the plans. You're the architect. So how do we get to it? How do we access this stuff? It's not about trying harder or forcing it. It's actually about awareness. It's about learning to listen, listening to that quiet pull of your curiosity, paying attention to the unique gifts that just seem to come naturally to you. And it's about reframing challenges, seeing them not as roadblocks, but as clues. It's all about uncovering what's been hiding in plain sight all along. Okay, so if we all have this incredible raw material inside of us, what's the deal? Why do so many of us feel so stuck? What is this invisible barrier that's standing between all that latent potential and the actual power we're trying to build? Well, it turns out the biggest war we'll ever fight isn't out there in the world. It's happening right between our own ears. So often, we are our own worst enemy. The most massive obstacles we face are the ones we build ourselves. Just think about that for a second. We literally build our own prisons with our thoughts. Things like fear, self-doubt, that constant negative chatter in our heads, they construct these invisible walls that can be way more restrictive than any physical cell. But here's the good news. You hold the key to that prison. Breaking out is an active process. You have to consciously confront those limiting beliefs. So instead of just accepting a thought like, I'm not good enough, you challenge it. You replace it with an empowering truth. I can't do this slowly becomes I am learning how to do this. It's a total game changer. And if you look at the heart of most of these barriers, you find one really powerful emotion: fear. It's the #1 enemy of growth, period. Fear is what paralyzes us. It whispers, what if you fail? It tricks us into staying right where we are, in our comfort zone, where absolutely nothing new can ever grow. Just seeing these enemies for what they are is the first step to taking them down. Okay, we've identified the mental cage. We see the bars. Now, how do we actually get out and start moving? Well, turns out we need 2 critical tools for the escape. It really boils down to this. You need a direction, and you need a way to actually move in that direction. Your vision, that's your compass. It points you where you need to go. And discipline, that's the path you walk on every single day to get there. And this is where all clicks together so perfectly. Vision gives your daily actions a purpose. It's your why. It's what you're fighting for. Discipline is the engine that turns that why into reality. It's your daily how. And you absolutely need both. One without the other is a recipe for disaster. It leads to a life of either just aimless, busy work or, even worse, frustrated dreaming. I love this redefinition of discipline. Because let's be honest, the word discipline can sound like a punishment, right? Like a chore. But it's not. Think of it this way. It's a profound act of self-respect. It's you investing in your future self over the quick, easy desires of right now. It is the engine of real transformation. Now, you've got your compass and you're on the path. But let's be real for a second. This journey from potential to power, it's rarely a smooth ride.
In fact, the most important growth always happens when we're challenged, when we step out of what feels comfortable and easy. There's this incredible idea from the source material that just nails it. We spend so much of our lives trying to avoid pressure and hardship, but those are the very forces that create strength, that reveal true value. Just like a diamond, your real strength only shows up when you're under stress. This right here requires a huge shift in perspective. Instead of seeing a challenge and thinking, oh no, a setback, you start to see it as an introduction. Every single obstacle you overcome, every difficulty you push through, it's introducing you to a stronger, more capable version of yourself that you literally did not know existed before. And this is the ultimate quality that gets built in that growth zone: resilience. And resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about getting really, really good at getting back up, learning the lesson from the fall, and moving forward not just in spite of it, but because of it. You actually get stronger. So, what happens after all this? After you've awakened that potential, you've broken out of the mental cages, and you've forged that resilience in the fire, where do you actually arrive? You arrive at a state of what we can call sustained excellence. And this is so key. Living in your power isn't about one big victory or some fleeting moment of success. It's about making excellence your new normal. It's about your default setting. Through consistent habits and just refusing to get comfortable and complacent, it stops being something you do and it becomes part of who you are. And when you boil it all down, this entire incredible journey, from a tiny seed to a huge forest, from a fleeting thought to a concrete reality, it all hinges on a single moment. It's the moment you stop thinking about it, stop wishing for it, and you start doing. The decision to take that first step, that is where the magic really begins. And that brings us right here, right now, to the only question that truly matters. We've talked through the theory. The path is laid out. Your evolution from potential to power starts with one single, simple action. So, what's yours going to be?